So if I had 3 pieces here, and I laid them out, and I had so there's 2 of them, and there's my 3rd piece, and those were fixed length, could I make a triangle out of that? Well, no, I couldn't, because this piece and this piece aren't even long enough to reach over to that other piece. So we need some sort of restriction on the size of the pieces. And we can say, in order for a triangle to be formed, the sum of any 2 sides must be greater than the length of the 3rd side. So let's see how we could set that up. So we've got a triangle. It's got sides, say, A, B, and C. Well, we can say 7 plus 9, A plus B, has to be greater than C, right? But we can also say 7 plus C has to be greater than 9, okay? The sum of 2 sides has to be greater than the other side. Now, when we figure out what that means that C is less than 16, okay? And here, C has to be greater than 2. So we know that C is somewhere between 2 and 16 to make a triangle. So we're going to say 2 is less than C, which is less than 16. Notice that I've got 2 relationships here. I've got a less than, that C is less than something, and C is greater than something. C is in between 2 values. Okay, we call this the triangle inequality. Now, when 3 lengths meet the triangle inequality theorem, then a triangle can be formed. And we want to know, is that triangle special? Well, it turns out once the 3 sides are fixed, all those triangles are really the same. So we're going to say one unique triangle can be formed. So if we have a triangle, let's say 3, 7, and 9, even if we rotate it, flip it around, we're still going to think of that as the same triangle that the first one we draw. Okay? Now, we've got 3 line segments that measure 13, 7, and 5. Will the segments form a triangle? Well, let's try our rules. So let's add up 2 sides, and let's just add up the 2 small sides first of all. 7 plus 5, and ask, is that greater than 13? Alright? And is that a true statement? Let's do 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, that is not true. So, does it form a triangle? No, it does not. Alright, let's go ahead and look at this one. 3 line segments have a measure of 4, 6, and 8 units. Can they form a triangle? Let's take our 2 smaller units and ask, is 4 plus 6 greater than 8? Yes, it is. That's our first check. Let's take 2 different sides. Now, you'll find that you don't actually have to check every combination. But if we did 6 plus 8, well, that is greater than 4. And our third combination, we could do 4 plus 8. And yes, that is greater than 6. So yes, in every case, every combination, it can form a triangle. And here we took every pair of legs and compared it to the third one. Okay, so in order to construct a triangle, you're going to need to be familiar with a ruler and a protractor, and we're going to make some measures. So here, you'll notice off to the side, up here, there's a protractor, so let's go ahead and pull that down. So we need to draw a 75-degree angle. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the little protractor there. And then I'm going to count up until I get to 75. And I am going to grab this little line segment tool, click it there, and drag it up to that 75 right there. Okay, now I think I can even change that to an arrow, which makes me feel awfully cool, because I was able to do that. Oh, I guess this arrow ended up there. So I'm going to take this arrow, make it follow my line. There we are. Now we want 105 degrees. So again, it's very important we put this point on the vertex. I'm going to grab my line here, my arrow here. Move this point also to the vertex, at least as close as I can do. And then move this point over to 105. And again, I'm using the inside numbers there. And there is my 105. Okay, now we want a 29 degree angle. Now, to be honest, getting 1 degree on here, like that's pretty small and kind of hard to do. So we're going to get close, but you're going to realize that not every graph you're going to do is going to be perfect. So 29, it's got to be a little bit less than 30, right? And this one, if we look at it, there is one line there, and I'm going to try to make sure it's right on that line. I'll release my mouse there, and there is my 29 degree angle. Alright? So, here we've seen that we can draw angles right there. We're probably going to need a ruler too. Did I remember to put a ruler on this page? Maybe not. So, let's go ahead and read this next part. Angle sum. The sum of the three angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. Always adds up to 180. We can determine if the conditions lend themselves to creating one triangle, more than one triangle, or will not create a triangle. Alright? So if we're looking at angles, we can say, hey, will these form a triangle? Alright? I've jumped over to page 2 here. Triangle constructions are similar to constructing angles, but require more work. So we're going to think of the additional steps. Okay, so we're going to follow the process. We start with a beginning point. We use a protractor to draw the angle. And you might ask, which angle? Well, most of the time there's one angle that's our largest angle, and that's generally where we want to start. We're going to call that our primary angle. Alright, so when I say primary angle, I'm saying the angle that we used to define what type of triangle it was in the first place. So if it was a right triangle, we're going to draw the right angle. If it was an obtuse triangle, we're going to draw that obtuse angle. Alright, any other type of triangle, we're going to just go ahead and draw what we call the primary angle. Then we measure a line segment if necessary. So if it gives us a length, we're going to use that length. And then we're going to draw a second angle at the end of that first line segment. And we're just going to call that the end point. So we're going to draw one line segment. We're going to draw a line. We're going to draw an angle off of that. And then from that, one of those rays, we're going to draw another angle. Alright? So let's use that to create these angles here. Now I'm going to need my protractor. So I'm going to go back to page 1, cut my protractor, Control X, come back down here, Control V, let's get that into place. Okay, so we want to draw a 90 degree angle. So think about where you would want your protractor to be. So if you drew one line on the protractor, you could also draw that 90 degree angle. Alright, so if I can put the triangle, put it way over here, and I can do a nice big triangle, I'm going to try that. So I'm going to grab my first line tool here. I'm going to start here, right here at that vertex. And I'm just going to draw it along my 0 line, until it's out here somewhere. There's my first line. Then I want to draw another line starting at that same point, right there where that tip is, and draw it along the 90-degree line. There we go. Oh, and it looks like it slipped. It's kind of close, but I want it to be even better. There. Oh, nope. I think I was more right the first time. Okay. This is a little annoying. Oh, that's way off. Okay. So, it is hard to get this perfect, but ooh, that's pretty good. So now, I'm going to take this protractor and move it to the end of this line. And then I want to measure a 45-degree line. So I'm going to start here again at that vertex. And go right up here to that 45-degree line. And in fact, I'm going to go past that 45-degree line and make sure the line ends up on the 45-degree line until that one crosses my other one. Now, theoretically, like if with a pencil, I would just erase those lines. I'm a little worried about shortening those lines without messing up mine, so I'm just going to stop there. But we do want to check to see if that last angle is actually 45 degrees. Alright, so we're going to try to line that up. So I can check that one there, and that one should automatically be 45 degrees as well, because remember, the angles have to add up to 180. So 90 plus 45 plus 45 is 180. Now, let's look at this one over here. Let's just first make sure they add up to 180. So this is 105 plus 75 is 180. Alright. Oh, I'm trying to move the wrong thing. Let me grab my protractor, straighten it back out. So again, first thing I want to do is draw my first line. Now, since I'm drawing an acute angle here, and I'm going to work on my 75 here, I'm just going to start from here and go off to the end like that. Okay? Then I'm going to draw another angle. Start at that same vertex, and I want to go up to the 75. So there is my 75. I draw it there. Now, I'll move my protractor to this end point, and then I draw a line. This time I can draw my 65-degree line or my 40-degree line, or my 65 degrees or 40 degrees from there. Now, 65 means that it's going to end up way up here. So I'm actually going to just draw the 40-degree one, and again, make sure that it goes. Now, this time I'm actually just going to try to make it closer to that other triangle. And there I've got this one. And if I measure this angle up here, so I get that, well, this is going to be not the easiest one to do. Let me just rotate that a bit until it's pretty close, and then rotate it until those actually line up. Oh, that's pretty good. So if I put this on that vertex there, we'll see that that other angle is pretty darn close to 65, right? So I might not be perfect on that one, but that is darn close. I'm pretty happy with that one. Now, for this one, we're going to need not only a protractor, but we're also going to need a straight edge that tells us what 6 units is. Alright? So let's start. Oh, I should have a protractor on here. So let me get you guys a protractor. I meant ruler. So first thing I want to do is I want to draw a 6 centimeter line, a 6 unit line. Now, let's go ahead and grab a line. We'll start here at this end point. We'll draw it until we get to the 6. right there. And now I'm going to move my ruler out of the way. I'm going to put my protractor on the left end. Okay, and then I'm going to draw my other line. So grab my line segment, start here. And I need a 80-degree angle. 80-degree angle. So I'm going to go up here and just draw that one. I'm going to move my protractor over here to this end, so the other end of my 6 centimeter line, and I'm going to draw a 30-degree angle. And I want to make sure that my lines cross, so I get my complete triangle, and I'm seeing the angle right there. So there is my triangle. Let's do the same one here. So we've got AB is again 6 centimeters. So first thing I'm going to do is draw my 6 centimeter line. Get my ruler out of the way. Oh. I guess I didn't draw my line. Oh, I did. There it is. Let's just grab. No, I didn't. I thought I did. Let's draw my line. Six centimeter line. Grab my protractor, and I've got a 60-degree angle and a 40-degree angle. So let's get that lined up. $60-degree angle. Move this over here. Get our 40-degree angle. And again, sort of make it close so I'm not like it. And there we've got our 60, 40, and this is 6 centimeters. This one's going to have to be 80 degrees if we measured it. So we can draw angles a couple different ways. We do have a few tools that we will need. Go ahead and check out the assignment. You're going to do something similar in Alex, I believe. And then I will see you next time.